Well, we've been playing a crap ton of Crimson Harvest, and this video is going to show you the best fits you can take into C2s and C3s, be able to make sure you're never content locked, unlike our other T3 Destroyer video. Those can only go into C3s. These, you can do it all. So if you want the best EVE guides, you came to the right place. Ladies and gentlemen, Loru here, digital advertiser, content creator, and EVE enjoyer for the better part of 10 years now. And these fits are going to be able to go into C3s. And yes, obviously go into C2s. You're going to see a lot of similar fits to what we had in our other videos. Let's start here. These fits and C3s can go into null, low, wormhole space, and Pochfin. I recommend you prioritize wormhole space because there's a lot of content to be had. A lot of people are kind of ignoring wormhole space, all things considered, with this. And I'm going to show you some of the fits I think are the best for Crimson Harvest C2s and C3s. Let's start with our Mekubal. Why the Mekubal specifically over others? Well, it's got this lovely warp speed and warp acceleration perk. You're going to be able to warp around faster than other ships, get to the sites faster, get ahead of people. This is not a small thing, and it has tracking and fall off, which is going to help you a ton in these sites. This is a modified version of our other fit from our other video to be able to fit, yes, probes. You're going to be able to scan stuff down in wormhole space and other areas. And even if you're not going into wormhole space, every fit we're about to show you does fit a core probe launcher. You can be doing the sites and be scanning down other Crimson Harvest and yes, other data and relic sites, and then bring in another hacking ship. Go watch our hacking video. You can kill two birds with one stone. So this is not just like, oh, a meme, whatever, he has a probe scan. You can not just be in wormhole space, you can be in low sec and be scanning down signatures and then bring in your Metamorphosis, your Magnate Navy, whatever we featured, your Anathema in our other hacking video, and have a good time with it. So this is a passive fit. Each one of the fits that you're going to be seeing here are going to be a mix of passive, active. All of them are going to have a clone as well. Let's start with the Mekubal. Since this is a passive fit, you're going to be pushing it forward. You do a solid 83 HP a second. Pretty good on the self-heals. Very, very nice. We have the triple purgers in the rigs with the single module in the low, and the double buffers in the mids is going to make you do 83 HP a second with your passive heals. This is going to be able to do C3 as you can overheat your compact multi-spectrum if you want to get some more EHP out of this. No problems. You won't have to probably because you can heat your guns to do almost 500 DPS against the boss. You're going to do very well with this and be able to take him down with hail ammo. If stuff gets too far from you, you can always load Barrage, which shoots out to 23 with our skills. Let's talk about your consumables. Pyrolancy to push the damage. You're going to see each fit has its own drug, so make sure you pay attention to which one we have here, okay? Pushing the damage because if you have to swap to Barrage, you can get some extra DPS out of this. You already have great tracking because of these autocannons doing great, so you need more damage to be able to out DPS some of those other Navy destroyers that you may or may not see on site. Because you're going to be taking this into dangerous areas of space, PvP is an option. You'll notice we don't have like a scram or something. Your option really is to align out and try to DPS them down. If they can get through your tank, then you die, but you might be able to kill them first. That's why this is here. So that's the Pyrolancy. The next one is the Frentix Booster. This is going to help your optimal range. Yes, since we don't have an afterburner, let's push the optimal range out and help you to hit stuff. No problems. All good. Easy peasy. The next one is going to be, is that the last one? Oh, okay. That's the last one for this because we are passive. There's not a third one there, okay? We do have an MTU. I want to make a note about MTUs on all the fits that have their cargo space. There are big drops in the Crimson Harvest that are over 1,000 M3. You're going to need to haul them. You want to bring an MTU in all the destroyers. We do have a Retribution. We will be talking about that. Just let me cook, chat. The MTU is not just an offensive and a defensive tool to suck up those wrecks in dangerous areas of space. It also can hold big items. Where is the capacity? I'm trying to find it. Volume 100? Structure, where the heck is it? Where it can hold 27,000 M3. So if you get a big drop that you can't pick up, you can let your MTU suck it up. Come back later after you bookmark it. Always bookmark the MTUs and haul it another time. Don't be gone too long. People going to be shooting your MTUs, chat. Okay, but you can use an MTU. Think of it like another storage depot in between. If you get those big 1,000 M3 drops, use that not just for sucking up loot, But as a quick little like hot storage, sure, enjoy it. Okay, very nice. Let's talk about the clone. All of our clones are going to have some kind of damage, and then into tracking, optimal range, whatever. Let's see it. We do have small projectile turret damage, capacitor management to make sure that we don't get neutered out by something. Rate of fire, you're a DPS race. You want to shoot faster for these, and shield management, shield capacity in -7. There really wasn't anything for the 10th slot. For the Mekubal, no problems. This is good enough. You do a solid amount of DPS with this. Enjoy the Mekubal. Let's talk about the Kiki. The Kiki is the next one up and is really here for Triglavian enjoyers. The Kiki is probably the weakest one on this list, but I'm still going to include it because y'all are going to absolutely shred that final boss. And yes, you're going to have a much easier time killing all of those adventures. Excuse me, chat, my dinner's coming back to bite me. You're going to have a really high tracking compared to a lot of other ships with the Kiki. We're going to be using almost exclusively occult ammo. It's going to be the highest DPS damage you have. As always, with the Trig ships, this does spool up. You don't start at 800, you start at 250. You go to 807 over time. You don't just do 800 DPS. Remember, you spool up over time. That's how the Trig ships work. Okay. The other ammo choices we have are few and far between. We have Mystic ammo, goes out very far. This is really like if you're being PvP'd against, you can instant swap to Mystic ammo and outrange those nerds and take them down. You're only going to be really using those two. I've included Tetrion ammo because these are better at hitting frigates. If you're having problems with your tracking, it does have 666 tracking. Get behind these, agent. We're in a literal devil ship doing the things. There it is. This is going to hit frigates easier. If your skills are a little bit lower, you can use the Tetrion ammo. If you're having problems hitting those ventures, they're orbiting you like crazy. You're going to be orbiting with the afterburner, the center pylon. You're going to be spinning. So while you're spinning up your weapon, you're going to also be spinning the pylon. It's just, we're very on theme right now. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so thank you for that. Keep going with the Kiki, having a good time with it. Then we have a full tank in our rigs. You do explosive from the boss and EM from the ventures and Garmers. That's how to do the Kiki. MTU, let's talk about MTU standard. Let's talk about the clone. Okay, let's show you the clone on this side here. Actually, let's talk about the consumables first. Drop for tracking speed, just really pushing that. You never ever miss. Synth, give you more armor reps. If you have active tank, we're going to include an armor rep here just so you can make sure you're out healing stuff. Pyrolantia, you're going to have a plus damage because the Kiki doesn't hit its big stride until like 30%. You want every hit to hit harder so you can really 1 and 2 cycle those ventures if possible. You're probably going to be 2 cycling most ventures, 3 cycling some if your skills are lower. That's the consumables. Let's talk about the pod. Repair systems. Make your repair better. You can out-heal stuff. That's the Kiki's weakness. You have the damage. You need the reps. Tracking speed. Keep making sure you're pushing. Hull upgrades. Give more armor. More stuff to deal with. Excellent stuff. Cap management. More cap is good. They new to you. Thank you. Lancer. Rate of fire. Rate of fire is so king with Trig ships. I'm actually debating getting the 904s with this. It's 100 million-esque. It's kind of expensive. The 903s are 18 million-esque. Definitely, if you want to bling out something in your pod, the rate of fire Lancer gunnery implant is the one you want to bling out for the Kiki. A good ship will be able to get both C3s and C2s done and warp around and have a great time and out PvP some people. The Kiki is a ship that if people see it, they're like, I don't know if I should mess with it because the Kiki's damage is a clock. You must kill the Kiki before it gets to like 40% or you die. Consider flying the Kiki. Let's talk about the Coercer Navy. This was a very popular ship in our Alpha series and our Alpha focused one. Let's put on Conflag is going to be the one that is up close and personal. Going to be doing about 400 damage with this. Let's put on our optimal range script as well. This is how you're going to be running this. Optimal range script is going to push this out to 13. You can also pull this back and have nothing on there. It goes out to 12 and you get a little bit of everything. So each ship is going to be a little bit different, a little bit specific on how it's flown. Make sure you fly and how you would like to fly it. So no afterburner here. We have to make that up in tank. We have 12k EHP. We don't have the mid slots for it. So make sure that you have some good tank mods on that where you bling this out. You're going to notice that every single one of these ships is that's a destroyer. Is like 300 to 400 million-esque. That's on purpose. We're going into dangerous areas of space. You don't want to be cheap, but we're also not getting like purples. You know, you're going to have a pod. You're going to have green modules. You only can fly what you afford to lose, but you don't want to lose something stupid, you know, because you have Tech 1 modules and the other guy has Tech 2s. You'll beat the Tech 2 Andes with your green modules. Enjoy it. Now, the Coercer does have a cap problem. 15 minutes is technically cap stable. So we do have the double Tech 2s. Notice, watch the capacitor right here. We take one of these out, it goes down to 3 minutes. Not enough. One of these on, 15 minutes. The sites take 10 minutes. You can leave these on the entire site and you're good to go while you're scanning stuff down and keeping it going. Let's talk about consumables. Hard shell, because we have the damage. You need to be able to out heal some things. Thank you kindly. Let's come over here because it's easier for me to click. Drop booster, tracking speed, because yes, you have the damage. Again, track it better. Synth exile, more armor. We've talked about this. Thank you kindly. MTU, standard, take it. Let's talk about the pod. It's going to be very similar. And in fact, chat, I'm just going to like breeze through the pod here because the pods are going to be extremely similar. Damage, track speed, rate of fire. There's slight differences that really push the ship's best case scenario. So make sure you use the pods that we have. We ideated them live on stream. Let's just keep this video going. Enjoy it. Use your best stuff. Thank you very much. Coercer's fantastic ship. The Thrasher is going to be my silver medal. My favorite is the Mekubal. The Thrasher is going to be my silver medal purely because of the sheer damage this thing does. And yes, this is a passive heal Thrasher fit. You ever think God stays in heaven because he's afraid of what he's created? This is, unironically, the little brother of the Mekubal, doing just as much HP a second, 83, as the Mekubal with decent tank. 13k EHP is not nothing in these sites with 450 DPS heated. You're going to go up to 510. This is the ship to be afraid of when you see them in the site. You are going to have a hard time out DPSing these Thrashers, and this one's going to be able to survive to boot. And a quick note, the Thrasher and the Mekubal both have 400 cargo space. They have the most cargo out of any of these. Another reason to fly these two ships and not others. So the only other thing about this one is you're going to load barrage if stuff gets far. We have a similar consumables, MTU, consumable, pod. We've talked about them in the past ships. Use the ones we say. It'll go well with you. Enjoy the Thrasher. Wake up, chat. Quick fits. Wake up. Type 1 if you're awake in chat. Type 1 if you're awake. Let's see about it. The last one is a Retribution. Yes, a frigate. Wake up, chat. I'm seeing that you're awake. Excellent. Okay, good. You're okay. All right. You're all awake. Good. You know, the editor's going to show how awake you are. Very good. Excellent. So this is a frigate. The Retribution has been a favorite for the Crimson Harvest, and this can do both C2s and C3s. It's a monster. It does as much DPS as a destroyer, and it's about 100 million ISK, depending, cheaper comparatively. We blinged out some modules to make sure you can deal with the destroyers. This, I include this in case you don't have the skills to fly a destroyer. But be warned, you will suffer on the inventory space. You only have 135 M3 and you really can't bring an MTU. So we'll talk about how you can remedy that in just a sec. I will say though, this is one of the only ships also that can speed tank the middle. You do want to speed, you want to literally go around the central pylon. That way you take less damage. Don't die by standing still. The Coercer, the Thrasher, the Mekubal can just stand still and just start alphaing stuff. The Retribution wants to be a little gnat and to go around stuff and have a good time. Similar consumables, paste, similar clone, enjoy it. Get the Retribution out there. You know,
Loru, I'm going into wormhole space and I'm getting a bunch of loot, but I'm in a Retribution and I can't take anything out.
Oh, audience, I've got just the fit for you. Yes, if you multi-box a bonus, we call it a buddy fit. Hold, a bunch of you just said,
Loru, what have you done?
You're right. We've made something kind of nasty. Now, if you have two accounts, one of the best ways to play Eve is with 2 Omegas. We've said this. And if you have an alt, the Porpoise is one of my favorite ships and actually is the ship that got me into multi-boxing. This ship is a backpack. This ship is a buddy. It is not meant to hit the site. It is meant to be able to get itself out. I'm going to explain every single module with this because every single module has a purpose, and y'all are freaking out right now. I can see the typing. I can see it. Just hold. We'll talk about it. This is to be able to scan down wormholes in case your main dies and your alt is stranded inside of a wormhole. The cloak is exactly what this is for. The Porpoise will sit at a safe point cloaked and not do anything. The Porpoise has 5,000 Fleet Hanger M3. Let me move this so you can see it. 5,000 Fleet Hanger M3. It is a backpack. You're going to get your Retribution and finish the site, warp to your Porpoise, uncloak your Porpoise, drop off your crap, and get back to leaving your Porpoise cloaked. None the wiser to the rest of the people. You'll never have to go home with 5,000, not even considering the 500 M3 it has. It has more base cargo than the Retribution does, and all of the other destroyers. This is a backpack, a buddy fit, as we like to call it, a buddy fit for the wormholes. It's not meant to be combat. It's meant to augment your main, and that's what a buddy fit means. That's how I coined it. It's mine. It's what we do. It's how I like to do this. What if you don't have an armor repper and your shield passive fit? No problem. We have an armor heals in the highs. Warp to your Porpoise. Make sure you're safe. Be descanning. Heal up your ship. You also have armor rep drones that can help with that. What if you get down to hull? You're really damaged because you made some mistakes. We all make them. You have a remote hull repper. You can also get the drones, heavy hull maintenance spot. Heal them up. Heal up your main. Make sure it's good. That's what the cat battery is for, by the way. The cat battery is so you don't run out of cap super fast, so you can keep the heals on when your ship is being healed. That's what that's for. We have a single large extender and an EM just in case you get caught. How I fit my ships is assuming they'll get caught. What's the best if we get caught? Some absolute goofy goobers coming in. Yes, this is going to increase your EHP by just a little bit. And if you get caught in the ship, it's going to die. Don't get caught in the ship. That's what this is for. It's just a little bit of tank, just give you a little bit of buffer. There's really nothing else to put in the mids. I don't want empty mids. That's how I like to do it. Do what you want. God, am I their father? I'm not your dad. That's right, chat. Let's just talk about this. This afterburner is for getting out of bubbles. If you're bubbled, you're probably going to die. Come on. This is meant to be cloaked on a safe. But this, what if you don't? What if this helps you to get out? Enjoy it. So if you're awake, type 1 if you're awake, ladies and gentlemen, exactly. One of the reasons I love the Porpoise, with a polycarbon engine housing and 2 eye stabs in the lows, you hit sub 4 a line. That's like a Viator, like a Tech 2 hauler. This is blockade runner levels of a line time. That's gross. If you're quick on the draw, you'll be able to get out before people see you. And the double hyperspatials are so you can keep up with your main and yes, warp ahead of people chasing you in your Porpoise. This ship isn't done. We have hobgoblins. It does another 100 DPS. Not nothing. Not nothing. Somebody warps on top of your Mekubal and your Porpoise. You pull out your drones. You start poking them. No worries. Keep it going. You've got EC drones just in case you want to unlock people in case you get caught. You have salvage drones in case you want to go to some sleeper sites in the wormholes you find and you want to salvage stuff. Why not? In case what if you PvP somebody and their wreck is just in space? You're not going to space litter, are you, chat? We don't have any litterers. We don't have people that litter in this chat. We clean up space. We don't want to contribute to the rogue drone menace. This is how we do that. And finally, the piece de resistance, the creme de la creme, the absolute letting your memes be dreams, a mobile depot with a data and relic analyzer so that you can swap your main ship to get to hacking if you want to. Alone in a wormhole, there's a bunch of SIGs, you've scanned down some data and relic sites, warp to your Porpoise, take out a shield booster, whatever, extender, put in a data analyzer and go do more Crimson Harvest sites. Get to getting. Confuse the herons by warping to a data site in a Mekubal. Confuse the buzzards by warping in with a Kikimora and not shooting them. Continuing to get their data sites.
I don't know, he just warped on top of me, and instead of trying to spool on me, he started hacking.
Confuse them, chat. Let your memes be dreams. The options are why you have this buddy Porpoise. A note, there is a lot of market PvP going on with small armor reppers. We wanted to make sure I put this in there to make sure you see it. If you see an armor repper like this and it's very expensive today, use the compare tool and check on estimated price so that you can see what's effective. Today, these are at 30 million. Tomorrow, they could be at 60 million. A lot of people are messing with these. That's one of my final points for you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to show you how this ship fares in wormhole space. Let's see about it. Ladies and gentlemen, we just by accident failed this class 3 because we left the ring. We're in potato mode because my stream is lagging and we're not able to see everything. So we are in a Mekubal inside of a wormhole. We're in a class 4 wormhole. There are class 2s and class 3s here. We can scan ourselves out. We have our stuff split. We do have our MTU ready to go. There is another class 3 here. So let's just go into the next one. It's that easy. It's that simple. We are probably not going to be able to do sleeper sites. Definitely not in a class 4 in this fit. Definitely not. I did not forget my MTU. It's right here, chat. See? I'm too quick for you, chat. I'm too quick for you. So this is a lesson for all of you. Don't leave the center pylon and make sure that you have your default orbit set to 500. You can make sure to do this by left clicking and holding on your ship. Go to orbit right here and make sure it's set to 500. I had mine set to 5,000 by accident, and that's why that happened. So you have 15 seconds to return to the ring. There it is. We have our guns split. Our multi-spectrum is on. Our boosters are on. We are ready to go. Let's launch the MTU. Let's make sure we can look at the MTU to get our production for stream going. Let's make sure to look at the MTU, and then we are going to track the Mekubal to get some good looking shots coming in. This is why you swap your guns. And in fact, we might just want to stop the Mekubal. Let's just ship stop the Mekubal to get our transversal real high. Let's see how good the Mekubal does when tracking these ventures. I'm actually going to manually track these since my Mekubal is stopped. Okay, so looks like we can split DPS on these ventures. We do want to keep on doing this. I'm going to save. Whenever you're in a wormhole, chat, save your MTU's location. Do that every time. Do that every time. What's our range looking at? 12? Okay, cool. Okay, cool. We got our Garmer, so we're going to give it our full respect with double guns. Double guns on the Garmer, chat, is going to 1 and 2 cycle. The Garmer is dead. So the DPS is here. How much damage are we doing with everything turned on? Let's check this. We're doing 462 DPS with our Pyrolances on, with everything good. It is, I know it looks gross comparatively, chat, but that's just how that is because of our stream failing. We do see the shuttle coming in. Excellent. Let's get our first loot. Okay, we did get some loot earlier by yoinking someone's loot in high sec. We went suspect. Another reason to go into the wormhole, chat. Another reason to escape. We escaped away from him. And there, if someone takes my loot, there it is. Save the MTU for safety. Yes, we have a location thing. We have the home wormhole tagged and the MTU tagged. Just in case we get forced off grid, we can always come back to it. Look at how much more damage the Mekubal is doing now that we are doing stationary, standing still stuff. And in fact, let's do a spot. What we're going to do, we have a spot here. And look, you can see this spot right here. We're going to approach location. Now that I have that location set to approach, even if a ship bumps me, even if I go off in some random direction, I will reapproach that spot. It is a really easy way to make sure that you don't kind of go off into nothing. Okay, it's a really good idea, especially if you're in a site like this that is, something you can fail if you leave. So you press Control B to, make that location, and then you right-click the little tag right here. Let me zoom out. You right-click the tag. You have to actually get the tag, not my ship. So right-click this approach. Now, if we leave, we'll reapproach that location. If a ship bumps us or something. That's right, Sovereign, still going. We are going to be going for a little bit longer, about 40 more minutes. A long stream today, 7 hours and 16 minutes. We do it in our sleep. That's how we do it, baby. No more shuttles coming in. We're going to keep descanning every time you're in a wormhole. Do not stop descanning. I have my descan bound to V. Something else you can do is you can keep on scanning stuff down with your Mekubal. We have brought the scanner to get us into the wormhole. We can also use it to get out. Air daily goal is also finished. Pog. Good stuff. We're about to do even more ventures for this reward track. Another shuttle loot coming in. As you can see, this is going very well. The Mekubal, I'm so mad I have to record this video on potato mode, but the stream demands that we do this. Suspect timer still for another 5 minutes. We can always go back into high sec, dip back in once that's done. Passive heals are doing it right now, ladies and gentlemen. Passive heals doing it. Okay. We're in a C3, and this is working. We're in a C3, and this is working very well. Any Garmers? A single Garmer. Excellent. We want to prioritize the Garmer, chat. We're going to prioritize that at all time. I think this is best in potato mode, just so you can see me poking stuff. That might just be how it goes. So how does one go about finding a home system in Eve? What a fantastic question. Okay. What I'll tell you is it kind of depends on the stance of character you are. How new are you? When I was brand new, I made my home within 5 jumps of a market hub. I tried to make my home within 5 jumps of Jidda. If you're in Galente space, it's Dodixie. Heck, if you're in the other areas of space, heck. You can what I'm trying to say is make your home within close to a market hub would be my recommendation for you. Why? Because you can try to do it. You don't want to make your home in the market hub if you're new, because you might have ganking problems. There's, high-sec gankers are a big problem for new players. So I like the fact you can be a little bit quiet. I recommend doing it where there's a mission hub. Level 3s at least. I mean, here's the Orthrus, chat. So let's stop all damage. Let's kill that adventure. Here is the Orthrus. The big test. Let's see if this Orthrus can be destroyed. We also have a shuttle coming in and a Garmer. Orthrus going down. We're not going to Heath just to see if we can do this. After that is going to be these ordered. Okay, let's do that. Sounds good. Good to go. Orthrus not yet dead. We're at about quarter shield dead. Good. Let's kill this Garmer with everything. So we lost about a quarter of our shield against the Orthrus. So not even close to dead. Not even close to dead. There it is. There it is. Cool. Thanks. You got it, Nil. So I would recommend you start with mission hubs. You can also go after close to mining sites. So every high-sec place should have mining sites, but some places you can look at your Alt-M is going to open up your agency tab. This is great value. I know I just lagged. My computer is breaking. I'm gonna say it again. We're gonna have to stop streaming after this site is recorded because I'm just lagging to high heaven. I'm gonna press Alt-M to open up the agency tab. And we can go, I just have Crimson Harvest. It's funny. Hey, we got our violet stuff. You can go to resource harvesting ice belts or anomalies. This is another good idea because if you see an ice belt spawn in a system, it'll keep spawning in that system. It's random, but they'll keep spawning there. So CSP nerfed C1, C2 damage, so it should be easy. Oh my God, you can absolutely slay C2s in this fit then, chat. Absolutely. We're at 376 out of 600. There is more Garmers. There is more stuff. There's the Newts. We're back up to full shield, chat. This is a breeze. This is a breeze with the Mekubal. I recommend you check out the Mekubal or the Thrasher. Is probably going to be the best for this. Just because I'm showing you the Mekubal doesn't mean you have to use the Mekubal. You can fly what you want. I'm not your dad. Okay, so do what you want. Let's make sure we prioritize the shuttle before it leaves our tracking range. We are using hail ammo. The splitting of the guns is helping. One of the reasons why I like to record these and show you how we do it live is so you can give me tips and I can give you tips on how we do this. So, here we go. I think they reduced the health on all the mobs by about 50%. That's pretty surprising. I guess they're really trying to make these Nubro focused. So what's next for the Crimson Harvest playlist? This is going to be the final video that we record for C3s, C2s, C1s, all that jazz. The next videos that we're going to be making are going to be focused on, yes, the updated Kronos fit, and if we have time, a T3 cruiser fit. That's what we're going to be doing, chat. All right, let's go towards this MTU, chat. Let's go towards this. Let's get rid of this spot. Sounds good. And we have a Garmer. Okay, and let's just kill this Garmer immediately. And that's going to be it for the Crimson Harvest. Crimson Harvest is going to be done. This has been a great event. I honestly am having a ton of fun playing the Crimson Harvest. It's just been a dream to be able to play these kind of event sites like this. We're just having a great time. It's consistent money. It's good money. It's actually difficult. We had a ton of fun ideating some fits with y'all on stream. I'm loving the Mekubal the most because of its warp speed. You can warp around to get some stuff going. Excellent stuff. Ooh, another Orthrus coming in. I think we'll be good. Let's just make sure we focus this down, and then we need to hit that is good. And then we have a bunch of Ventures coming in doing it. Okay, good. We want to really just focus down the Orthrus because it is all of the damage. And there's a shuttle as well. Let's get the shuttle locked up next. Orthrus going down. Not even a quarter of our stuff gone. Excellent. Let's do one on the Garmer, one on the shuttle before the shuttle leaves my range. Excellent stuff. Even the Orthrus is like easy in a C3 site. This is hilarious. This is working a lot. I have a nice Vagabond fit that goes into the high-sec sites. Very, very cool. I've heard good things about the Vagabond for the Crimson Gauntlet Tentramon sites. I'm loving the Kronos. I'm loving the Chronos for it. I think it is, Marauders are the thing to use in the Crimson Harvest site. We are taking a ton of damage still because these Ventures are still doing it, baby. We still, and this is why we have the EM resist. If we really wanted to on the Orthrus, you could overheat your multi-spectrum. I recommend doing that too. Against the Squall, we are definitely going to overheat the multi-spectrum because we actually are not going to have very full shields. We have 552 out of 600 for this. The Squall is going to spawn and we're not going to be at a decent shield amount. So we're going to, now we're at the mercy of like our shield regenning, right? So the Squall is going to spawn. We're going to keep the Squall at range 570. Here comes the boss. Let's see about it. Of course, rack in. We're going to share all of these fits will be in the description for you. We have 5 fits for you of what I consider to be the best Crimson Harvest fits for C2s and C3s. I mean, this is hilarious. 22 million-esque already. We got 587. I'm getting ready to overheat my shields. Let's keep going, keep descanning, because this is when somebody's going to jump on you, chat. This is when someone can start poking you. We are in a wormhole. We are not safe. Okay, keeping at range is going to be happening. And the Squall is coming in. Let's keep this nerd at range. Let's overheat our shields. We're going to keep him at range because he does like to orbit us at a distance. So we're going to keep him at range so we go right towards him. We're going to overheat our shields just to make sure that we don't die. We brought paste. You might as well use it. Might as well guarantee that you're alive and not having a problem. So we're not going to stop the ship because he walks away from you. Okay, you want to make sure that you're staying nice and close to him. Not orbiting him. You could orbit him to reduce the damage coming in, but I like to keep it range because we do maximum damage. Penetrating, smashing, penetrating, smashing. He's doing good hits to us too, but it's fine. We're good. We're good. See, you don't even necessarily need to overheat. We're just doing it to show an example. Excellent stuff coming in. There goes the Squall. Good stuff. Let's check out the loot. Check out the loot. Nice. 29 million. Boop. 29 million. Cool beans. Let's head back to the MTU. Very good stuff. This fit. Oh, geez. This fit is, sorry for the potato mode again. This fit can do C2s and C3s. This fit can warp around. All the fits you need will be in the description. And if you have our wormhole fit that is in the description, you can, in fact, use the scanner to scan stuff down while you're sitting here waiting, because this is so pathetically brain dead. This is going to be absolutely easy for all of you. And if you want more Crimson Harvest guides and more excellent Eve stuff to make you a bunch of ISK, that's this playlist right here. Bookmark the Crimson Harvest playlist, check it out, and sub right here for the best Eve guides. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks very much.